very used to. So we're looking at the entries coming out here for ISO, procking that shield. You can expect these defenders to consistently press the issue and find fights. Madby needs to find those opening duels, and for the side of Zeta, it is the cookie cutter comp. Suzu had such an explosive day yesterday.
Speaking of explosive, look at this late mid pressure. This is nice. Madby wants to really apply this early, set the tempo and set the tone, but this is dangerous because Zeta are patient and they strike well. Suzu, Serena, Arco, all of them delivering in a way they need to. Toki's in trouble, gets overwhelmed, and Suzu off to a damn good start here. And that's scary if she gets going early. Now down to Mary. Too many targets, too little time. Many people have come out unscathed from a game against Shopify Rebellion, so I think for them, let's see what they've learned going forward here. Looking like a gamble stack into this one, but we've seen Zeta are very patient on this attack. They're happy to play this out, look for information like this. That should be able to be relayed across. They've already got a nice exploration up through middle.
Crossfire here between Eiko and Moko. The blind goes off. Everyone is grouped up for the defenders. I gotta keep talking about Suzu. Yesterday, the ADR Lauren was absolutely out of this world, and she was on Jet. When she was on that raise first, on towards that what was it, Haven? Yeah, I thought, okay, that makes sense. It is raise. You got that splash damage. Of course, you're gonna have that much ADR. But even on the Jet, the way Suzu was just finding those picks and keeping her team in the game, it was incredible stuff. So Suzu, we'll see if she has that same kind of performance.
I was hoping to see if we could maybe get Eva with that dart back to give them a little bit of a goer towards the site, but already Suzu's on the case. Not letting this get too far out of hand, and yeah, locked down in the end. I think I want to see what a round looks like in a more standard approach, right? That patience from Falcons here leaves Zeta to have to press the issue further. And again, it looks like a high priority towards middle. Mary the one to greet, and that's stunning from Mary. That's what you need to see a little bit from her as well. One of the legends of game changers. She is going to have to perform today. And so far, taking down Suzu is a big name to claim.
Flashing to get even more of a deep line, get that information. She saw nobody, but all 5 members of the defenders still maintaining their 2-on-2 perimeter. It looks like UR wants to drone through. Pretty soon she's gonna spot that camera that's on that wall in that A site and call out to her team that the Cypher setup is at A.
Big information spotted now. Toki do anything here? No, has to let them slip. Lex is in a little bit of trouble, does divide, takes away Serena, quick snap towards Arco, couldn't handle the pressure through main. Gives Moko a chance here, but it's a 2v4. Yeah, there's just too many people here. Spike being left where it's at as well, deep within Falcon's hands. A very tough round, and a very solid round. Yeah, this is all good stuff. A little bit of a switch up here as well. Cypher leaning over towards the B side. Having Mad V then switch towards 3. Just quite a standard approach from Zeta. Not really it's too much too quick, but slipping up towards Cat here. They've got a lot of freedom, but I like this from Falcons though. Exploring A main as well. Taking some space back here. Good information, but there is an alarm bot that should give away the game. That's 2 rifles heard there.
Yeah, and that sound cue is going to be a lot of information. You know Suzu heard that, even the footsteps going backwards, but the long line that Madby has, she's going to know that nobody's coming up Cat. You can see that Mary's reacting and going towards top mid.
Yeah, this is a nice pivot though, a nice mid round. They've got that contact, that information on A, and they think, now we'll fancy our chances on B, but it's tricky. 2 towards the back of the site and 1 towards CT, now in the form of Mary coming over. This site take does get trickier, down to 39 seconds, and Falcons playing patient, not giving away the game here either. No easy fights for Suzu. She's going to have to work for her dinner, and she can't get it this time. Lexa again, stopping it before it starts. Madvi looking to re-clear that mid space. Check back on that. Didn't maybe catch Serena there, but still it's on the site that's the pressure. Eva, Lexa, back to the wall and standing tall. It's down to the last 2 and struggling to find pure impact again. Spike being left where it's at. 13 seconds. This is more than uphill. Good pick, but to find the last 3, I don't think it's going to happen. Wouldn't put it past them. They're an incredibly good team. A lot of people, after witnessing that last Zeta performance, you know, very much going, oh, do you remember Iceland? Do you remember that lower bracket run? It has to start here, though. Big answer back from Falcons to course correct, but the standard of Sheriff's coming out. Just kind of taking the tour of the map. They get some damage, a couple of ults very nearby as well for Zeta, so they could find something here. here. But again, look how deep, how passive, patient Falcons are playing, giving away nothing.
Yeah, you can see that they're not just want to play off of Mary's flashes here on the back lines. Mary sending out that TP, a good indicator that she wants to go sniffing. Get some deeper information, but 2 flashes still in her back pocket. The duo in Mary and MadV setting up a high-low crossfire here.
Oh, Suzu.
Good smoke.
So dangerous around this one. Shuffled in a little bit. There's the flash. Yeah, they're having to respect it enough here. Suzu's been given a little bit of room, but it's not much, and you can still see Toki as well. Making sure no one slipped further forward. They've just inserted, they've just put her in towards position by tree, and the rest of the team heading over towards that B side. This could be big. There's some real opportunities here. Do they commit off the back? They're going to hear all the rotations. Now they might call for another pivot.
Suzu's timing. Suzu's got some information. She's going to be able to almost get the pick. That's a lot of pressure in the spike.
Time.
It's going back towards A.
Spike's down. Now they're running low on time. 8 seconds now, and I think the Falcons have realized what's been going on, and they've handled it to perfection. I liked what Zeta tried. They're very creative, but that is just simply...
It's actually probably going to be using that ultimate in the post plant. All 5 members, they want to take this A site.
The knife close means that they're not going to be able to get rid of too much of this Cypher util. There we go, dealing with it the best they can. Suzu's in, but the paranoia does deny any ability to try and gap close maybe towards heaven, so she's going to be held towards the site. Toki getting curious, but it's going to be Arco to find Lexa. Site now looking far more secured, but one player does get nabbed. And it's going to be UR, who's been having a rough game so far, and it seems to continue. MadV keeping up the record, looking good. Moko going to find Toki, but the plant is going to be in.
Did make it into the site, but she had to get pushed out, drop down the lockdown towards that A main, so it keeps the defenders nearby.
No, 2 towards Hell, 1 short and 1 very disconnected over towards, I guess, late main. If they can overwhelm, there could be issues here. Zeta are gonna have to call back their players pretty darn quick, because Falcons are clearing through. Suzu needs to stand guard, keep their eyes turned. Both players over towards here. Great shot from Suzu. Needs a bit more though, starting to defuse. Already gonna make it towards halfway. No, they get off it, and they take the fight instead. Falcon! This is getting a little bit scary though for Zeta, because you're feeling a bit kind of stuck in the mud almost. You've been held on that 2 rounds now. Let's see if they can break back through here. Suzu, Moko, both trying to make up a play out of this one. Suzu knives are out, but there's plenty of targets. Moko just dives in towards CT, and Falcon's still holding on to this though. They're not going down without a fight. Spike is creeping over towards the stairs, but the other part that worries me is that MadV's 1 away from the ult again. It just feels so punishing. Speaking of ults as well, Mary gonna spot out 2, potentially more. Yeah, plenty more. Mary, what are we gonna do with this one? It's gonna be the Hunter's Fury on top. I quite like this. Does it get as much of a reward as she would want though? No, it doesn't look like it. A little unfortunate.
You even saw the vulnerable coming through here from MadV down that cat line, so
I like the idea.
Yeah, so much utility towards that mid. 2 big ults though off the table, not a lot of damage, so Zeta are happy with that. They do take care of this trip, and now we're going back to that round about 2 rounds ago when we talked about that map control coming from Zeta. This time they choose not to go sniffing or poking towards that cat. This drone is going to give a lot of information over to Falcons. They just spotted the KO inching and cheating towards that B.
And Arco trying to go back towards Cat, I don't know how much it's going to really sell. I mean, you saw a lot of info off that. The flash, I mean, Arco's going to really try. Going to try and maybe pull a play away, and I'm looking towards the likes of Mary, who is rotating. This isn't bad. They're going to get curious, though.
Yeah, but she feels confident towards B because her 2 players got so much A main information.
True. And look in the corner, Lexa's still here, needs to get cleared out on, and there's so many bodies. Somehow doesn't get more than 1, but it's Toki and MadV fighting in unison. Falcons just pouring in together, but a 3v2. Moko and Suzu still alive. Time, down to 10 seconds, they need a plant, and they're gonna get it.
Suzu wants to go deeper, she wants to get a pick and have an easier time, but gets shot in the back. Moko still has the blind.
Yeah, Mary doesn't need to overextend, and well, good luck, have fun. I don't think you're getting out of this one. No, MadV's
through today.
Yeah, that's 6 in a row now. Zeta, once again, suffering money-wise, down to Sheriff's. Yeah, 2 stingers. No knives for Suzu, sadly, either. So, a couple of issues here. I'm already seeing the Outlaw out. Those light shields will just get completely melted, but it's MadV.
Your TP is so nearby at A. Gonna be able to provide insta-help is Mary.
And yet you're right, Mary. You blink and she's there. She is the
One enemy remaining.
last hope if they need it. And oh god, she just started off perfectly.
Normal Ascent game plan. Take care of the Sentinel utility. Give the defenders, make them guess where you want to hit. Ooh, that should help look for some control. Early Hunter's Fury coming out here from UR and no damage.
Unfortunate on that. Maybe, I don't want to say was the rotation from Mary, but Mary's going to stick around, I guess. Bit of info towards B, so kind of showing presence on both sides of the map to an extent, but at this point, I look at the discipline we've been seeing from Falcons. They have been sitting quite patiently. Now, do they start aggressing further now?
Yeah, another repush in the mid round coming through for this A main, and this has been giving Falcons a lot of control.
Oh, they want Moko trying to back away here.
She can
Swing.
spot this. Okay, that sound cue is going to give a lot of information. Now Zeta, they just want to pause. So much damage to the wall.
Moko, he's so lucky to be alive, but this is a good call though to then try and maybe pressure towards B, but we've seen what that duo can do at the back of the side by Boathouse. So Lexa gonna be on red alert here. This pause for Thor, you're looking at that mid pressure from Serena. This has to be massively valuable,
wow.
and it is. Serena gonna get two, but Toki is the one to be cleared. KO ult here as well, that's pretty nice. But I'm looking at aggression. Look at the way they're starting. Suzu already going to find Mary. That should be pretty indicative that there's something up here. You've already got to walk out on Cat. Massive info, surely from the owl drone there. I don't know how much it saw before it got broken, but Zeta looked to be very much on red alert. You've already seen Falcons kind of dissipate throughout the map.
Yeah, okay, the Omen on the side of Falcons. She wants to go maintain that A main control once again, and that movement here, being a teammate down, is definitely the play to make. No help coming through here for the defenders on B site this time. They want to fight this B main choke point. They don't want to get stuck and corralled in back site this time.
I feel like they should invest it, would just give them everything they need. Lexa was playing by stairs and still is, so utilities down. Lexa just gun in hand sort of scenario. Gets revealed as well. Still clean on the shot, takes away Arco, and now for the follow-up, isolated but doesn't get the reward. So still, they get the site. Spike carefully making its way through, and it's a 3v4. A difficult scenario for the Falcons to work back in from. But the lockdown is going to make matters worse. This gets difficult now. Mad V starting to strike first, takes away the first player who's willing to greet them over towards Market, towards CT.
I'd be curious if Falcons actually attempt to do this retake or just contain and really ruin the money for the last round, but they're going for it.
Yeah, they want in. Okay, so two back sight. Serena already finding Toki there. Losing out on these numbers is going to be incredibly hard to clear this through. Moko's late positioning should be the final blow, and it looks like it will be as Mavi's gone down, leaving Ava the last.
Zeta to hit that B split. This time, starting towards that M1 area, operator in hand. Early TP from that dart.
So on either side, Suzu's feeling bold here. Walking up middle. Smoke just about fading. You're seeing the reposition here as well from the other side, right? Mary did show some presence at middle. Straight over towards Cat. This could be devastating. Mary could be the end of them. Couldn't get away. Massive punish. Zeta now could pressure this issue, but they pause. They're not going to just go in off the back of that pick. No, they take their time. Owl drone in. And rightly so. Additional player spotted. Now the space to be taken.
Good combos, pressuring Mad V off the line. That smoke cutting information even more. A site players and B site players, there's not going to be much help coming through.
They've been punished a couple of times by a player being pushed up towards top middle on those rotations. Mary and Mad V last time trying to make that dash back around towards B, but now
She was able to cross though, that's going to be huge.
TP has a little look, Eva. Be careful now. Paranoia in, smokes are in. Zeta stepping towards the site, and they've already lost the first. Moko goes down. The crossfires are outrageously good.